Once upon a time, in a land of rolling green hills and starry skies, there was a small village nestled on the edge of Everglow forest. The village, a quaint haven of thatched roofs and cobblestone paths, was a place where time seemed to slow down. The villagers were a simple folk, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature. They tended to their farms, herded their sheep, and baked bread that filled the air with a warm, inviting aroma. Amidst this idyllic setting lived a curious and brave girl named Liora. With her fiery red hair, a laugh that could make anyone smile, and a spirit as free as the wind, Liora was a breath of fresh air in the village. She possessed an insatiable curiosity, a thirst for knowledge that often led her beyond the familiar paths of the village. Her fascination with all things magical was legendary, and the villagers often found her nose buried in ancient tomes or gazing at the stars, pondering their celestial mysteries. Everglow Forest, a realm of wonder and enchantment, held a special place in Liora's heart. As the sun began its descent, casting long, dancing shadows across the forest floor, the trees would awaken to life, their leaves shimmering with a faint, ethereal glow. The forest, once a silent sentinel, transformed into a living, breathing entity, pulsing with a hidden magic that captivated Liora's soul. The deeper she ventured into the forest, the more intense the magic became. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, dappling the forest floor with intricate patterns of light and shadow. Strange, otherworldly sounds filled the air, a symphony of rustling leaves, chirping crickets, and the distant hoot of an owl. The very air seemed to hum with energy, as if the forest itself was whispering secrets to those who dared to listen. Liora would spend countless hours exploring the forest's labyrinthine paths, her heart pounding with excitement and anticipation. She would climb ancient trees, their gnarled branches reaching towards the heavens, and follow winding streams that mirrored the sky above. Each step she took was a journey into the unknown, a chance to discover hidden wonders and encounter creatures both familiar and fantastical. The forest was a place of endless fascination, a world where the ordinary became extraordinary. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting the forest in a soft twilight glow, Liora would often pause to simply be. She would sit beneath a towering oak tree, its leaves rustling gently in the breeze, and lose herself in the tranquility of the moment. The forest was more than just a place. It was a sanctuary, a refuge from the mundane world. It was a place where dreams took flight and imagination soared. And for Liora, it was a place where she truly belonged. The villagers, however, warned her to stay away from the forest's heart. They spoke in hushed tones of an ancient dragon named Solrin, a creature of immense power and fiery breath. Legend had it that Solrin guarded a hidden treasure of unimaginable power, a treasure that could either bring great prosperity or terrible destruction. The villagers believed that Solrin was a fearsome guardian, fiercely protective of its hoard. But Liora wasn't afraid. She had a different perspective on dragons. She didn't see them as monsters, but as misunderstood creatures. She imagined Solrin as a lonely guardian, a creature of immense power and wisdom, yearning for companionship. She yearned to understand the dragon, to see the world through its ancient eyes. With each visit to the forest, Liora grew bolder, venturing deeper into its heart. She would climb the tallest trees, listen to the whispered secrets of the wind, and follow the elusive glow that seemed to beckon her. She was determined to uncover the truth about Solrin, to bridge the gap between the dragon and the villagers. The sun began its descent, casting long dancing shadows across the forest floor. As the last rays of sunlight faded, a hush fell over Everglow forest, a quietude broken only by the soft rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. The forest, once bathed in the warm glow of day, now transformed into a realm of mystery and enchantment. Liora, a curious and brave girl, yearned to explore the depths of this magical forest. As the first stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky, she ventured deeper into the woods, her heart pounding with excitement. A faint, golden light flickered through the trees, drawing her in like a moth to a flame. It was a beacon, a promise of something extraordinary. The light, unlike the usual glow of the forest or the twinkling of fireflies, was different, mysterious, and undeniably alluring. It beckoned her, inviting her to follow its ethereal glow into the unknown. Liora, with a mix of fear and anticipation, couldn't resist the pull of this enigmatic light. She knew that whatever lay ahead, it would be an adventure she would never forget. As she delved deeper into the forest, the air grew cooler and the shadows longer. The sounds of the forest seemed to intensify, a symphony of rustling leaves, chirping crickets, and the distant hoot of an owl. The golden light grew stronger, guiding her through the dense undergrowth. With each step, Liora felt a sense of wonder and anticipation, eager to discover the source of this mysterious light. The forest, once familiar, now seemed strange and unfamiliar. The trees, once ordinary, now appeared to whisper secrets in the night breeze. The ground, once solid, now felt soft and yielding beneath her feet. Liora was no longer a mere observer. She was an integral part of this magical realm. As the light grew brighter, Liora knew she was nearing her destination. Her heart raced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. What would she find at the end of this mysterious journey? The answer, she knew, would change her life forever. Intrigued by the mysterious glow, Liora ventured deeper into the woods, her heart pounding with anticipation. The path, winding and narrow, led her to a hidden clearing, a serene oasis nestled amidst the towering trees. A crystal-clear pond, its surface as smooth as glass, lay at the heart of the clearing. The water, imbued with an otherworldly glow, shimmered and danced in the moonlight, reflecting the stars above. The air was still, the only sound the gentle lapping of water against the shore. As Liora approached the pond, she noticed a figure sitting at its edge, a creature of breathtaking beauty and immense power. It was a sight to behold. Its scales shimmered with iridescent hues, and its eyes, as deep as the ocean, glowed with ancient wisdom. Liora's breath caught in her throat. She had heard tales of dragons, but nothing could have prepared her for the sight before her. The creature, majestic and awe-inspiring, exuded an aura of power and mystery. A sense of wonder and fear washed over Liora. She knew that this encounter would change her life forever. As she approached the creature, her heart pounded with a mix of excitement and trepidation. It was a dragon, a magnificent creature with scales that shimmered like iridescent jewels. Its long serpentine tail curled around the pond, and its eyes, as golden as the setting sun, glowed with ancient wisdom. This was Soren, the legendary dragon of Everglow Forest. Leora's heart pounded in her chest, as she gazed upon the magnificent creature. Despite the fear that threatened to consume her, she stood her ground. Solring tilted his head, his golden eyes narrowing as he regarded the tiny human before him. "Why have you come here, little one?" he rumbled, his voice deep and resonant, like distant thunder. Liora took a deep breath, trying to calm her racing heart. "I was curious," she replied, her voice steady. "I've heard so many stories about you, but none seemed fair. Are you really as terrible as they say?" The dragon chuckled, a sound like wind rustling through leaves. "Terrible? No. Misunderstood? Perhaps. Few dare to meet me, and fewer still listen. What is your name, brave one?" "Liora," she replied, her voice barely a whisper. Solrin, the ancient dragon, unfurled his magnificent wings, their golden membranes shimmering in the twilight. The sight was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. "Liora," he rumbled, his voice echoing through the forest. "I guard more than treasure. Deep within this forest lies a magical orb, the heart of Everglow. It is the lifeblood of this forest, the source of its enchanting glow. But it grows weaker each year. If its light fades completely, the forest and all its magic..." Leora's eyes widened in disbelief. "Why is it fading?" she asked, her voice filled with concern. Solrin sighed, his golden eyes filled with sadness. "The orb's magic is tied to the kindness of those who live near it. Unfortunately, the greed and fear that have taken root in your village have dimmed its light," he explained. "I don't want that to happen," Liora exclaimed, her determination growing stronger. "What can I do to help?" The dragon, his gaze fixed on Liora, exuded an aura of ancient wisdom and power. He regarded her for a moment, his eyes piercing through her soul. "To rekindle the orb's light," he rumbled, his voice echoing through the clearing, "you must embark on a perilous quest." A glimmer of excitement and trepidation sparkled in Liora's eyes. She knew that the task ahead would be arduous, but she was ready to accept the challenge. "You must find 3 extraordinary items," the dragon continued, his voice growing more intense. "The first is the sparkling dew, a precious droplet that can only be found on the highest leaf of the tallest tree. The second is the glowstone, a luminous gem hidden deep within the moonlit cave. And the third is a petal from the elusive everbloom flower, a rare and delicate bloom guarded by ancient forces." Liora listened intently, her mind racing. She knew that each of these tasks would test her courage, her wit, and her determination. But she was ready to face any challenge, no matter how daunting. "Beware," the dragon warned, "for each item is guarded by formidable challenges. Creatures of shadow and darkness lurk in the depths of the forest, ready to thwart your quest. You must be vigilant, resourceful, and brave." Liora nodded, her resolve unwavering. She would not be deterred by danger or adversity. She would face whatever challenges lay ahead, for the sake of the forest and all its inhabitants. Without a moment's hesitation, Liora nodded, her eyes shining with courage. "I'll do it," she declared, ready to face whatever trials lay ahead. The first challenge led Liora to the heart of the forest, where a colossal tree, a titan of the woods, reached for the heavens. Its trunk, a weathered giant, was smooth and imposing, its bark etched with the passage of time. Liora, undeterred by the daunting task, began her ascent, her fingers gripping the rough bark as she climbed higher and higher. With each step, the forest grew quieter, a hush settling over the ancient woods. The world below shrank, a miniature landscape of green and brown. As Liora ascended higher and higher, the wind, a gentle whisper, carried with it the ancient secrets of the forest, whispered tales of bygone eras and forgotten magic. Liora pressed on, her determination unwavering. The rough bark of the tree, once a challenge, now felt like a familiar friend, guiding her upward. With each breath, she drew closer to her goal, her heart pounding with anticipation. The higher she climbed, the more breathtaking the view became. A panoramic vista of the forest unfolded before her, a sea of green stretching to the horizon. The canopy, a patchwork quilt of emerald leaves, swayed gently in the breeze. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, dappling the forest floor with intricate patterns of light and shadow. A sense of peace washed over Liora as she gazed upon the breathtaking scene. The world, with its worries and troubles, seemed distant and insignificant. Here, in the heart of the forest, she felt a connection to something greater, something timeless. The journey had been arduous, but the reward was worth the effort. As she reached the summit, a single radiant dewdrop, sparkling like a tiny star, awaited her. It was a prize hard won, a testament to her courage and determination. Finally, she reached the summit, a small verdant platform nestled among the branches. The world below was a miniature landscape, a patchwork of green and brown. And there, suspended from a delicate leaf, was the prize she sought. A single radiant dewdrop, sparkling like a tiny star. With a careful hand, Liora reached out and gently plucked the dewdrop. It was smaller than she had imagined, but its power was undeniable. She cradled it in a small vial, a precious cargo to be delivered to the heart of Everglow. As she descended, Liora couldn't shake the feeling of accomplishment. She had conquered the first challenge, a testament to her courage and determination. But she knew that greater trials lay ahead. Liora's next destination was the mysterious moonlit cave, a dark and foreboding place hidden deep within the forest. Its entrance, a narrow winding passage, beckoned her into the subterranean depths. Armed with a lantern, Liora ventured into the darkness, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. The cave was a labyrinth of twisting tunnels and cavernous chambers, each more eerie than the last. Strange, otherworldly sounds echoed through the darkness, a haunting symphony of dripping water and distant whispers. As Liora delved deeper into the cave, the air grew colder and the darkness more profound. The further she ventured, the more the cave seemed to come alive. Shadows danced and flickered on the walls, taking on grotesque shapes. The air grew thick with tension, and Liora could feel the presence of unseen forces lurking in the darkness. Despite the fear that gnawed at her, Liora pressed on, her determination unwavering. Finally, she spotted the glowstone, a luminous gem that glowed softly amidst a cluster of sharp stalagmites. It was a beacon of hope in the darkness, a prize worth the risk. As Liora reached out to claim the glowstone, the darkness erupted into life. Shadowy creatures, their forms shifting and changing, materialized from the darkness, their glowing eyes fixed on the precious stone, their intent clear. A battle for the glowstone was about to begin. Remembering a lullaby her mother used to sing, Liora began to hum the soothing melody. As the familiar tune filled the air, the creatures seemed to calm, their menacing forms dissipating into the shadows. With a swift movement, Liora snatched the glowstone and fled the cave, the echoes of her footsteps fading into the darkness. Liora's final challenge awaited her in a hidden grove, a secret garden shielded from the prying eyes of the outside world. Guided by Solrin, she ventured into this hidden realm, a place of ethereal beauty and deadly danger. As she stepped into the grove, a hush fell over the forest. The air was still. The sunlight filtered through the canopy, casting intricate patterns of light and shadow on the forest floor. At the heart of the grove, a single flower, the elusive Everbloom, bloomed. Its petals, a vibrant hue of purple and gold, shimmered in the sunlight. But this beauty was guarded by a fearsome, thorny vine, a creature of darkness and despair. The vine coiled and uncoiled, its sharp thorns gleaming in the sunlight, a menacing display of power. It hissed like a serpent, a warning to all who dared to approach. Liora, undeterred by the vine's menacing display, approached cautiously. She knew that the fate of the forest rested on her ability to claim the Everbloom's petal. She raised her hand, a gesture of peace, and spoke softly to the vine. "I mean no harm," she said, her voice gentle and soothing. "I only wish to borrow a single petal to save the forest." The vine paused, its movement slowing. It seemed to listen to Liora's words, its menacing hiss subsiding. Slowly, it uncoiled, revealing the Everbloom flower. With a trembling hand, Liora plucked a single petal, a delicate prize that held the power to heal the forest. Liora approached the vine cautiously, her voice gentle and soothing. "I don't mean to harm the flower," she said. "I only wish to save the forest." As she spoke, the vine seemed to soften, its menacing hiss subsiding. Slowly, it uncoiled, revealing the delicate Everbloom flower. With a trembling hand, Liora plucked a single petal. Liora returned to Solrin, her heart filled with a sense of accomplishment. In her hands, she clutched the precious treasures she had gathered, the sparkling dewdrop, the glowing glowstone, and the delicate Everbloom petal. The dragon led her to the heart of the forest, where the heart of Everglow, a once radiant orb, now lay dull and cracked on a pedestal of ancient roots. With a gentle touch, Liora poured the dewdrop over the lifeless orb. Then, she placed the glowing glowstone beside it, its light illuminating the dim cavern. Finally, she laid the Everbloom petal on top, its vibrant color contrasting with the dullness of the orb. As soon as the petal touched the orb, a warm, golden light erupted from its core, spreading through the forest like wildfire. The trees sparkled with renewed vitality, their leaves shimmering with an otherworldly glow. A soft, magical hum filled the air, a testament to the restored magic of the forest. Solrin watched in awe as the forest transformed before his eyes. "You've done it, Liora," he said, his voice filled with pride. "You've saved the forest, and in doing so, you've reminded me that bravery and kindness can still exist, even in the darkest of times." From that day forward, Liora became the guardian of Everglow Forest, a role she embraced with a passion as fiery as her hair. With unwavering dedication, She sought to protect and preserve the forest's magic, sharing its wonders with the villagers. She spent countless hours exploring the forest's depths, discovering hidden secrets and encountering mythical creatures. Liora's tales of adventure captivated the hearts and minds of the villagers, young and old alike. She spoke of the ancient trees that whispered secrets to the wind, the sparkling streams that flowed through enchanted glades, and the creatures of the forest, each with its own unique magic. Her stories ignited a spark of wonder in the hearts of the villagers, inspiring them to look beyond the familiar and embrace the extraordinary. The villagers, once fearful and distrustful of the forest's power, began to open their hearts to its magic. They listened intently to Liora's stories, their eyes wide with wonder and their spirits lifted by her tales. Liora's infectious enthusiasm and unwavering belief in the forest's power inspired a transformation within the village. As the villagers embraced the forest's magic, they began to appreciate its beauty and the vital role it played in their lives. They learned to respect the forest's creatures, to harvest its resources wisely, and to protect its delicate balance. The once divided village, united by their shared love for the forest, began to thrive. Liora's influence extended far beyond the village. Her wisdom and courage became a beacon of hope, inspiring others to connect with nature and protect the environment. She taught them that even the smallest act of kindness could have a profound impact on the world. Meanwhile, Solrin, the once solitary guardian of the forest, found an unexpected connection with Liora. He watched her from afar, admiring her courage, her kindness, and her unwavering spirit. He saw in her a kindred spirit, a protector of the forest's magic. With each passing day, Solrin grew closer to Liora. He would soar through the skies, keeping watch over her, guiding her steps, and protecting her from harm. His presence, a symbol of both power and protection, brought peace and tranquility to the land. The villagers, sensing his benevolent nature, began to regard him with awe and respect. The bond between Liora and Solrin deepened with each interaction. They would spend hours talking, sharing stories and dreams. Solrin, with his ancient wisdom, would impart knowledge and guidance, while Lyra, with her youthful spirit, would inspire him with her unwavering hope. Together, they formed an unbreakable bond, a testament to the power of friendship and understanding. They worked together to protect the forest, ensuring its magic would endure for generations to come. Their partnership was a beacon of hope, a symbol of the enduring power of kindness and compassion. As the villagers embraced the values of kindness and harmony, a palpable shift occurred within the forest. The once dimmed heart of Everglow began to pulse with a steady golden light, its radiance growing stronger with each act of compassion. The forest, rejuvenated by this renewed energy, thrived, its beauty and magic restored. The trees, once burdened by the weight of negativity, now stood tall and proud, their leaves shimmering with vitality. The forest floor, once barren and lifeless, was now carpeted with vibrant wildflowers and lush vegetation. The creatures of the forest, sensing the change, emerged from their hiding places, their songs filling the air with joy and wonder. The once dimmed light of the orb now shone brighter than ever, illuminating the path to a brighter future. Its golden glow cast a warm and comforting light over the forest, dispelling the darkness and fear that had once plagued the land. The villagers, inspired by the forest's renewed vitality, began to work together to create a harmonious community. The children, once afraid to venture into the forest, now played freely among the trees, their laughter echoing through the woods. The elders, once weary and disillusioned, found renewed purpose in protecting and preserving the forest's magic. Together, they worked to ensure that the forest would thrive for generations to come. The forest, once a place of mystery and danger, now became a sanctuary of peace and tranquility. It was a place where dreams took flight, where hope was reborn, and where the magic of nature could be felt in every breath. And so, in a land where magic and dragons were not mere myths, but tangible realities, a brave girl named Liora proved that even the smallest acts of courage could shine brighter than the stars. Her story became a legend, a beacon of hope for generations to come. She taught the world that kindness, compassion, and a deep connection with nature could transform even the darkest of hearts.